So hey, how's everybody doing today? So yeah, man, I just got finished looking at the Fight Hype interview with Shawn Porter talking about Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and surprisingly, he was talking about Errol Spence, but it's not a good surprise. So pretty much what he had to say about Errol Spence is that he says sorry to Errol Spence fight, and he says pretty much that Errol Spence is not my goal. He said you gotta wait. What is he waiting on? Why does Errol Spence have to wait on you? He's the champion. This is what I don't understand. How do these so-called former champions, and this is what I don't understand. Errol Spence has Shawn Porter's old belt. He beat Kell Brooks, something Shawn Porter couldn't do. I don't understand this. I mean, it's just like the ducking continues. You say what you want about Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying? He has been out the ring for, a year and a half almost, okay, boom. All right, boom. He's not a champion. Okay, boom. So, it is what it is. But for Shawn Porter to go on record and say that's not a goal of his to fight Errol Spence, it sounds like a duck call to me. And I mean, I'm the first one to hear everything out, but I don't know where Shawn Porter's PR guys is, man, but this is horrible for him, man, for him to say something like this. I mean, he was just by himself talking, and I guess this is what happens when you're by yourself talking. You just say anything like this, And I mean, it's kind of crazy because it's pretty much like, what's going on right now is pretty much like he's ducking. It sounds like he's ducking, Errol Spence. And what I have to say about that is, at the same time, when he says that, you got to think like, wow, if you're ducking Errol Spence, you're waiting on a Keith Thurman that you've already decisively lost to. And then you're waiting on a Danny Garcia that's not a champion, but you said your goal is not to fight Errol Spence, and he's a champion? I mean, come on, man. I mean, like, what's going on with you, dude? Like, I don't understand what's going on with Shawn Porter, man. I mean, he used to be this guy that wants to fight everybody, and, they're scared of me, and, and I'm going to fight this guy, and I'm calling out that guy. This is before and while he was champion. And I mean, he wasn't saying all that when he knocked Paulie Malignaggi through the ropes. He wasn't saying, well, that's not a goal of mine. When you're a boxer, when you're a prize fighter, when you're a professional boxer, isn't the main goal to be a champion? What are they in it for? What is Al Haymon feeding these guys? I know I'm going off a little hard on this one, man, but I'm trying to be honest with you, man. What is Al Haymon feeding these guys? I mean, you got to think, man, like, when you think real long and hard about it, what is Al Haymon literally feeding these guys? You don't want to fight a champion that's in your stable? The fight can easily be made? You want to see what it is these fighters with Al Haymon nowadays, they want to fight who they want to fight. They don't want to fight who you wanted them to fight. They want to fight who they want to fight. See, as opposed, and this is why I kind of like Bob Arum. Bob Arum might put on, some build me up fights and stuff like that, but he'll put him in tough after a while. Like look how he's throwing Jeff Horn to the wolves. He just beat Manny Pacquiao, and now he's got to fight Terrence Crawford. I've never seen Al Haymon do his fighters like that. They win a world title, and in the very next defense, they got to fight like a hard-ass fight again, back-to-back. Al Haymon's never done that. He's built, maybe tough fight and build more. I mean, it's just like, what are we paying for, dude? Like, what are we paying for? And I mean, it's just, at this point, man, I'm just kind of disappointed, man, in what Shawn Porter said, man, because, you know what I mean, I want to see the best fights. I don't want to be a hater. You know, I want to be a good, you know, I want to be a good person to talk about the sport. And I want this sport to go far. But when you say when you say stuff like this that came out of your own mouth, Errol Spence has to wait. You don't have a fight lined up right now, Shawn Porter. You don't have no fight. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly fine to fight right now. Errol Spence has to wait. Then on top of that, you say Errol Spence is not a goal of mine to fight him. You're not a champion right now, dude. So these guys rather tiptoe around Errol Spence to get to Keith Thurman because they think Keith Thurman's easier. Shit, if I was Keith Thurman, I'd probably be sitting on the top of the pole with my top of the hill with my two belts, screaming, ha, 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 catch me now. You know what I mean? Since everybody wants to fight him. I mean, damn, man. They're skipping right past Errol Spence in the welterweight division, and it's hot right now. They know they probably not going to be able to fight Terrence Crawford anytime soon because he's with Bob Arum. And Bob Arum had a lawsuit with Al Heyman. But this is awful for Shawn Porter, man. PR-wise, man. Wow. It's just, you know, public relations. It's just not looking good for him, man. You know, we thought he was this rugged guy that go in and fight anybody. And Errol Spence, you have to wait. Fighting Errol Spence is not a goal of mine. Errol Spence, Shawn Porter, has your belt that you lost. Let me know y'all thoughts about this, man. I'm flabbergasted, man. I don't know what to say, man. It's crazy, man. Y'all have a good Saturday, man. I can't wait for the fights to come on later, man.